who here has heard of Seth Godin? Anyone heard of Seth Godin? A couple people. He's the shame on you guys. He's the #1 blogger about marketing on the internet. This reminds me that we're all different. I'm a geek when it comes to the internet. But he talks about interruption marketing as compared to permission marketing. So for the past 50 years, marketing has been, or advertising has been, let's figure out what people are doing and interrupt them while they're doing it and put a message in front of their face, right? And no one wants to see that commercial. No one wants to see that message. No one wants to be interrupted. And so it kind of has this, you have this push-pull thing, and so people aren't really tuned in, and so you have to hit them 7 times before they figure out, they actually remember who you are. But the people on the internet are not being interrupted. They're looking for precisely what they want to look for, and if you have it, that's all it takes. If you have what they want, that's it. You're good enough. That's what they wanted.
The other advantage the internet gives you is that they're on there and all they have to do is make a click, and so they're going to come to you much quicker than if you see it in a newspaper. There's nothing I can do about it right now, and so I have to see it multiple times before I go, oh, that's probably worth stopping by that store to go look at their stuff or whatever. Whereas here it's just immediate and it's within very low energy and effort on my part to check you out. So I think it's way less effort to attract us to at least look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that the internet promotes ADHD, because it's instant gratification. But it is true. It's very easy to get from one place to another.
What are threads?
A thread is a conversation. I think you may have been out of the room when we talked about it. But when you open a conversation on a forum, it's referred to as a thread. And again, these are dumb little tricks, guys, but I'm telling you this stuff because it does work. Okay, subscribe and post to your own threads. So here's what happens. Okay, someone posts to a particular thread. That thread ends up at the top of the list. Then someone posts to a different thread, and that one goes up, and now this one's #2. And then someone posts to another one, and they go down, and the new #1, and it goes down. Now someone responds to this thread again, it's back up to the top. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So people are responding to your thread, and as soon as you see, you can subscribe to your own thread. So it sends you an email when someone has written on the thread that you opened. So you get an email saying that someone responded to your threads. You're like, yes, I'm in the fast water. Right? The top is the fast water, right? That's where everyone's looking. It's the top of the list. It's just like Craigslist. Okay? The top listings are the ones that get all the traffic. So someone responds to your post, you know you're at the #1 spot. Now that's when you're getting the traffic, is right then, that second, that minute, right? And then an hour later you get another email, what? Back in the fast water. Then you go to bed at night, you wake up the next morning, 9 hours has gone by, and no one's responded to your thread. So you're on page 30. Right? No one's seeing your thread anymore. It's gone. Right? So what do? Go and post to your own thread. Go into your own thread and say, hey, thanks for all the responses, guys. Any more? What about this? Boom, back in the fast water. Right? So if someone posts to your thread, there's an instinct to want to go in and respond to their post right away. But you don't need to. You're already in the fast water. If you have something to say, just hold back. Right? Let some time pass. Wait until you're not in the fast water anymore, then go back on and put your thing on. You're back up at the top. Right? Dumb little tricks, but they work. You can hire someone for $14, $10, $12 an hour to do this kind of stuff. Okay? I do this for clients, and they give me a dozen, little nuggets of information that are good, and I'll get that at the beginning, and then I'll go into the forums, or someone that I have actually a small team in Indiana that does this for me, and they'll go in and put the little demonstrations of expertise onto the post, and we'll play the game and keep them in the fast water, and the traffic just rolls in. Yeah?
So in other words, I can give you my 20 years of content, and you can spread it out for me, right? And I don't have to touch the computer.
Yeah. I don't do this stuff for free. And also, I mean, no, you're right. I mean, and there's something to be said for that. The question is, for anyone who didn't hear it, she can give me 20 years worth of content, and I'm supposed to, dig the trenches for her. It can be done, but in order to do for the forums, I will get the client to split it up into little nuggets. Like, give me a dozen or 20 or 25 juicy nuggets, right? Just 5 minutes ago, I was telling you that people used to look at the source first and the content second, and now that's reversed. People look at the content first and the source second. That is a juicy nugget. People always comment on that. Right? They're like, oh, that's interesting. Right? I don't know why they react that way, but they do. And you all have them. Right? You all talk to your clients, or you talk to your friends, or you talk to your family, and there's certain things that you say where people are like, oh, that's interesting. That's a juicy nugget. Right? That's the kind of, make note of that. Have a little pad of paper or a digital voice recorder, and when you say something and you see that reaction, that aha reaction in your client or your friend or your family or whatever it is, and it's like, wow, that person was really interested in that. Make note of that. That's an asset right there. You can use that on a forum. You can use that on a blog. You can use that in a million different places. You're going to get the same reaction. All right. We got to hop along Cassidy here. All right. Case history. This is the ministry that I was telling you about in Concord, and we use the Christian forums. This is the 7th largest forum on the internet. I mean, it's a tank. I mean, there are Christians on this thing like you don't even know. It's insane, right? So and it works. She posts, she does a morning prayer every day. She puts it on the forum as a thread. I mean, it's brilliant, right? And she's getting traffic. So there's stuff you can do. And on your handout...
What does she hope to get out of that?
I'm sorry?
What does she hope to get out of this then?
Well, it's fascinating. The question was, what does she hope to get out of it? And I'm going to go on another tangent, but it'll be quick. So she's getting people going to her website. And on the website, on the upper right-hand corner, right, that's the best place. Most valuable part of your website is right here. Okay, upper right-hand corner. For whatever reason, there's eye tracking studies. People look here first. Just FYI. So if you're going to have a sign-up form, I'm sorry?
I looked at the upper left.
Okay. I mean, I believe you. I believe you. Yeah. Yeah. Statistically, it's right here. So anyway, and she has a sign-up form where you can sign up to be part of her community, and she does virtual ceremonies on Sundays, 3 o'clock. They're conference calls. And she does a mass over. This is crazy. So, okay, so you guys have all had coffee, right? I told you I get excited about this stuff. So, and you get little creamers, right? To put cream, the little plastic things. Turns out you can get the exact same containers with grape juice inside it, and on top has a wafer wrapped in plastic, and that's the lid. It's communion that you can mail. You put a stamp on the bottom, and it goes. So this is, and we haven't done it yet, but we're looking into it. I just got the pricing. It's not
So
cheap.
that's how she's going to make her money, by selling these things?
Yeah, it's a subscription.
That's
she's
the objective of this whole thing.
Well, for her that is.
Okay.
Yeah, she's building her community. And now the interesting thing is
selling
that, well, that comes out, that's what we're going to, okay. She's building her audience, okay? And it's fascinating because she used to be a local business and she's not local anymore. So maybe this is a good example. She was going to invite people to the church originally, but she's getting people signing up from like New Zealand, right? And like wherever. So she's doing these masses over conference call. By the way, freeconferencecall.com is a free conference call platform, right? It's a great resource. I use it all the time, and it is free. I've never paid a penny to a free conference call. Anyway, she does these masses, and she asks, at the beginning she asked for donations, and she was getting some but not many, so we're changing it to, it is a subscription service, and people are going to pay, we don't know yet, it depends on the pricing of these things, which is not cheap, but I mean, we're hoping to keep it like $20 a month, and people are going to get community, and her argument is, and I honestly, I mean, I'm not like a crazy, you know, I mean, I'm spiritual for sure, but I'm not a crazy Christian. But she says you can bless something over the phone. You don't have to be in person. And it's a paradigm shift for her and maybe to some extent for me too. But the bottom line is you can bless something over the phone. And if you're blessing some grape juice and a wafer that you got in the mail, that's as good as any.